Next day, I called Dr. Quiet because I showed her what I stayed awake all night penciling out. And there was a foundation that needed some fundraising, but it had to do with breast cancer. I said, I'm going to find a song. And I'm going to, I studied music most of my life. I'm going to go ahead and hold a contest to find a songwriter. That one was Scott Parsons. And you've met Scott, wonderful guitar player.
Yes.
Well, Scott wrote a really good song, Rest in Yourself.
Rest in yourself, take time to rest in yourself, breathe deep and rest in yourself, you will survive.
And Rest in Yourself. And I remember thinking, what a title. And one day we could call Scott on the phone, have a phone interview, because he was amazing. He really understood what was going on, because he lived it with a friend that had breast cancer that happened to be on the CD as well.
So at the time, how many singers are in the group?
We had been rehearsing, but by the time we did this article ran, I got more singers. I had like 70. Yes. And you know me, I think I can't handle 7. I mean, I have so much going on in my life. How am I going to handle conducting, teaching the song? Scott was amazing. And we went into the studio, and everybody donated. And at the time, actually, you know Michael. Michael played on Rest in Yourself, and it was great. And Scott guitar, and we had a blast. And then we brought the girls in. But I have to be honest, we had to use a bigger studio for all the girls because they couldn't fit in this little garage. But what was so amazing on that first CD, You've Got a Friend, was on there.
Yes.
The stories that we would get, I was on the cover of the Arts and Entertainment section for the Arizona Republic. Who knew? Who knew I'd get like all those calls? And a woman called me and she goes, I'm with the school district in Mesa. Turns out she was a music teacher for many years. She was an amazing piano player. And I believe she's in this picture with Marilyn and I. She's part of this.
So she became one of the soul survivors.
She did. Not only did she become one of the soul survivors, she'd play piano for us. And I remember Mary, I couldn't imagine, I think her child was 2 or 3 years old at the time.
Yeah. Is she still around now?
She is. She's thriving.
That's great.
She's thriving, and it's been about 20-ish years.
Yeah.
We did, it's up north in Westworld, and we were able to use the facilities on a weeknight. And what we did, we had to hire a press person. That's how big this got.
Nice.
And we actually showed up in a national story. This is very interesting. They have what they call feel-good stories, touching the heart stories.
Yeah.
So ABC, who was one of the news people there that night, or the stations, we could send it through, and other stations that are affiliates of ABC in New York can pick it up. Well, I got a call from Syracuse, New York that was on local, and it was a neighbor of mine that used to live in Scottsdale, and she had since moved there. She knew me from like 15 years before.
That's great.
And ABC picked it up in New York, the ABC News. Because somebody saw it on the news, and I was like, what? We had, at least 300 to 500 people. Everything was donated. We had food vendors. It was like a food festival. And we raised a good amount of money. Sold every single CD that night.
And the whole point of the organization is...
Heal through music.
Heal through music.
Yes. And some of the TV stuff that I found when I was prepping for this interview, because Lin Sue who used to be with Channel 12.
Mhm.
We reached out to her, and Marilyn and I were going to do our first interview. We had just met. We were going to do it together for what we did in the studio with the story I just told you about, because Marilyn said, we're taking this national. I'm going to give you the date, and something else happened on that day. 9/11/2001.
That was the day of the interview?
We were going to be with her.
Oh my
Yes,
goodness.
exactly. And I remember thinking, I'm sure the studio's not even going to call us back. Lynn Sue called us. She said,
Okay.
it's been a little crazy here. But you guys, I said, don't worry. Do you know what we did? We brought all the ladies to Channel 12 in the parking lot
That day?
that evening, and we
Oh,
were singing a vigil. Because it was downtown. We thought, we're going to sing New York, New York. We're just going to sing. We're just going to hold hands and sing. And that's what we did. We didn't care if cameras were with it. We were singing. Because we were all
And that's what it was.
ourselves.
And that's what it's all about. The Soul Survivors is
Oh,
just a group of women supporting each other
Yes.
through singing.
Yes. And after 9/11, when things calmed down, I remember one of the first recording sessions in the studio. I remember talking to the engineer, and I said, these aren't trained voices, but they've had the hardest audition of their lives.
Yeah.